Whoa. Wait, is this... Wait, am I out of energy? How is that possible? I'm confused. Is this thing draining all of our power? Woo! Welcome, friends, to a new episode of FTB Revelation. I'm Clobberstomp. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm having a pretty good day. Last episode, we hooked up the environmental tech quarry deal, super mining laser deal, void ore miner deal. That's what it is. And it's been running for 2 days, so I haven't been on the server for 2 days. And look at what we have. This is awesome. We've got 44 emerald. What do we have? There's a shiny one. 44 draconium ore. We've got dimensional shards, 48 diamonds. We've got charged Certus quartz. Look at all this stuff. We're getting all of the things. This is awesome. I'm so excited. So that is pretty cool. The other thing, I'm thinking that we might want to try to upgrade this bad boy. I don't know a lot about environmental tech, so it might be something that we look into to go a little bit further. Whoa. Okay, so maybe there's going to be some power generation types of things. I like it. But here we go. So we need some of this erodium blocks, which requires, there we go, rhodium shards. We need 4 of those bad boys, or 6 of those bad boys. And we have a tier 1 and a block of diamond. So I'm wondering, can we update this? How many do we have? We've got 32. Oh, I think it's a crafting grid of 9. It is. Okay. So we don't have enough yet, but we're almost there. We're getting there. We need to get 6 to get ready for the upgrade. And I think we need, actually personally have not set this up before, so I'm not quite sure what we need for it, but I think you need some more of the regular tier 1. Ooh, I think we need tier 2 structure frames. So actually we need a whole lot of those. So we're quite a ways away from the tier 2. But what we might do is get a second tier 1 going, which would be super cool. I like that idea. Well, what do we want to do today? Well, today I was thinking we were going to work on some bee stuff. Specifically, I think we're just going to leave that there. We've got a full stackers. And we got a full stacker, so that is awesome. I like it. So let's take you out. All right, so that is awesome. I like it, and we'll take you out. So we've got another full stack of those guys. So we now have 2 full sets of those, which is fantastic. Actually, we're just going to take all of those like so. And then we'll move the rocky bees here. We've been getting some of those. Those do not seem to produce that many drones. So, okay. Well, we are starting to build an abundance of bee stock. Specifically the hybrid bees that we can't really use. So I'm going to leave those there. And then we've got these, and we've got these and these. So we've almost got 2 full stacks. So what I'm thinking is, now that we've got 2 here that are going, what I want to do is we're going to pull the bee out of there, pull the bee out of there. Okay, so when this finishes, I think what we might do is, since these are common, and these are cultivated, what I want to do is put a common bee here, and we want to start breeding these up to the next level, because if we do this and we do uses, We could do the, what we want to do is do common and cultivated to get ourselves a noble, and the common and diligent to get ourselves, or the common and cultivated to get our diligent. We want to start getting those going, because then we can get to majestic and unweary, and then after those we can start getting towards the noble and the industrious, or the industrious and the imperial, which give us pollen and royal jelly, which is what we need. So let's get ourselves a common, nope, not a common, a cultivated droners. Okay. So we got a full stack. We are building our pure stock, which is good. But we're going to do this. So we want to start breeding this. We're going to see if we can get ourselves some diligent. But what we can do is we can make this a little bit more easier to do. Today, I want to work on Gendustry, like the beginning of the video said. So let's get that going. These are all the blocks you need. You need a genetic imprinter, a protein liquefier, a DNA extractor, a genetic transposer, a genetic replicator, a genetic sampler, an advanced mutatron, a mutagen producer, and industrial apiaries. That's pretty much the gist of that. So let's get ourselves we want a plug, transfer node fluids, transfer node energy. We need one of those. We need some of these. And we don't want a plug. We want, yeah, actually I think we want the plug. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to set this up kind of over here. This will be subject to change, don't worry. The plug. No, we need a point, not a plug. I get that mixed up every single time. I gotta tell you, it's a little annoying. Plug. Was that in there? Point. Flux point. We want the point. There we go. Oh, geez. This can go away too. Bro, go away. Okay. Let's put this here. And we're going to select our network. Yes. Very good. And then what I want to do is we're going to do this. Boom. That's connected. This is holding energy. Yeah, baby. And then we're going to just kind of lay this out like so. And I don't really know what type of particular order we're going to put these in, but I think we have to go this way. Are you not actually getting RF? Output. What am I missing here? Do these not work with... Oh. Alright, let's move this over one. I think maybe it's because it's trying to share a block. Is that it? There we go. Now it's still not working. Alright. Interesting. Well, let's go take one of our power cells, or one of these guys rather. Whoa. Wait, is this... Wait, am I out of energy? How is that possible? I'm confused. Is this thing draining all of our power? Alright, let's pop that off and let that sit for a while. Is this... I was fully expecting this to... Okay, so something is still using that power. What is being used? We have 0 power in our system. This is completely empty. How is that even a thing? Okay, let's do this. It must be using, something must have been using the power. This should be going up. Why are you not going up? Okay, what is this? Input. Tree power. Oh, now it's going up. Okay, well that's good. So I wonder what was happening, why this wasn't okay, that should be getting stuff. Leave that there. Are you actually running? No. Are you running? Yes. This should be creating resin. Yes. Okay, so that's working. That was super weird. I don't know why that is. Well, either way, so what I'm going to do is we're going to take one of these because we know that's up and running. Just for the sake of getting this video going. I'll diagnose what's going on with that later. Let's do this. We're going to put you there. We're going to do this. Put you there. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to put our point on top of here. Okay, so this is going to fill up to 5 million RF. And it's going to crank this out. And this is not going to be able to pull in that much. Yeah, it's only doing 256,000 per tick. Actually, can I... Oh, that's not what I want. What are you doing? Silly. All right, we'll let that finish, do its thing. And while we're waiting, we're going to put these down. So this is going to make mutagen. And then we can put mutagen in this guy to do mutatron. All right, so that's going to fill up. That one's filling up. Okay, I think we need to get ourselves a few blocks of redstone. All right, 8 looks like a good start. So what you can do is with the mutagen producer, you put some redstone in here and this will produce mutagen. I think, doesn't really say. Thought there was recipes to it. Okay, that's filled up. That's filled up. Okay, this is... Do I have these backwards? Okay, I'm going to let that run and see because this should fill up and maybe I have the points and the plugs backwards, which is kind of goofy. Okay, so that's there. That's there. No. Okay, we're good. That's working just fine. Perfect. Okay, so we can actually have that work. All right, and then the advanced mutatron, which is pretty much the exact same thing as this one, only it's the advanced one. It looks like it does more, holds a little bit more. So I think we can, we're going to leave that there. We're going to I think what we'll do is we'll break this down and we'll put this up here. Okay. That's good. And then we can do the genetic sampler and the genetic replicator. These all take a lot of power, and this thing is going to just totally drain. Oh man, I totally forgot how much these take. I was not expecting that. Okay, the transposer, the extractor, the liquefier, and the genetic imprinter. So these are all going to fill up. At least we'll get some. But really the main one we want to do is this one for now. We can put our bees in there. I just can't remember which order we want to put these all in. I'm going to have to take a look. Okay, I'm going to try to go through this as quickly as possible. So, we were talking about upgrading these bees. I took them out of here, and the really cool thing about Gendustry is this. If you have a mutagen producer, and you have an advanced mutatron or a regular mutatron, either one, you can take one of each of your bees, and it gives you the ability to choose the one you want. If you have the advanced, I have the advanced. If you do not, and you choose, it gives you the ability to get one, whichever one you want. And I think we have to put some genetics labware in there to make that happen. I think that's it. Yeah. So, genetics labware, it's really easy to make. Where is it here? Genetics labware. It just requires a diamond. So that's why we got this whole thing set up first, because now we can take those diamonds and we can make all these machines, and genetics labware is very expensive along with the power. So we've got tons of power and we're good. So now if I choose this to go, I can choose which one I want. I want a diligent. So we're going to take that. It's going to consume one genetics labware, and bam, we have a diligent queen. And that is a pure diligent queen. Now, if we take these and I put this here, we're going to then go ahead and get our noble queen. Beautiful. So that's why you want to kind of, at the very least, get into these two blocks, the mutagen producer and the either mutatron or advanced mutatron. The difference is with the regular mutatron, if you click this, it will give you a random one or the other. It won't, you can't actually choose it. Now the really cool thing is there was another bee there that it gave us, which was neat. Very cool. There's another thing we can do, is we can take a bee here with a genetic sampler. You can make some blank gene samples, which are pretty easy to make, and some more labware. Oops, back up. And you can make a bee sample. So if you put another bee in here, it's going to give us a bee sample short. Now, this did not export the way I was expecting it to. Will it export? No. So this will give you a random gene sample. So it took one of the samples. So if you use your beealyzer or your portable analyzer and you use a bee and you put this in here, it's going to take one of these traits. And there's 13 different traits you can get. So what you do is you take these bees and we put them in here and we get as many different traits as we can. And then we're going to take those traits and we can make gene samples. We're going to take our, so this fast, speed is fast. That's a decent one. So we like that one. And then this is going to make another one. Here we go. Come on. And this made slower. So that's the speed. So this is fast. So now what you can do is you can put this in here. Or is it in here? Yeah, you can take, so what you can do is you can take a gene sample. What is it? A blank genetic template. So these are a little bit expensive. I have not, did I make any of those? I didn't make any of those. We can take a genetic imprinter and we can then imprint this bee sample a fast onto one bee. And it's really nice because then you can take that and you can extract it and you can imprint it onto a bee. It's pretty amazing because then you can take that sample and you can start pushing all of these traits like fast and nocturnal onto the bees that you want to breed. Very cool. So now that we have these two queens, we're going to have you run and have you run. Now, we could run these in an industrial apiary, which we will at some point, and they will automate. They do require a lot of power, so we're not going to really run those yet. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the protein liquefier, the genetic replicator, and the DNA extractor. So the genetic replicator is exactly how it sounds. It is once you get the genetic sample or template that you want with all the traits, like look at all these different traits, you can put it in here and you can duplicate it. So you can make another one. But it requires a lot of DNA and a lot of protein. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Easiest way to do this is to take, we're going to take these hybrids here, and we're going to put these hybrids in here, and it's going to just make, oh, this also requires genetics labware. So we're going to take you, so obviously you need genetics labware up the yin yang. It's very expensive mod, so I do not recommend getting into Gendustry until you have done a quarry and you have free stuff coming in. If you don't have a quarry, you probably shouldn't even be doing this yet, unless you have just a crazy amount or you're doing this in creative. So now it's going to take any adjacent block. It's going to take that protein or that liquid and just put it right in here, which is great. So the other piece on the other side is, oh, they're all gone. They died. But we're going to kill this little guy here. So we're going to have to get ourselves into a mob farm at some point, because now we can get proteins and we can put the proteins in here, and this will put this into liquid protein liquefier, and then it's going to put that in here, and then it's going to take a little bit of each to replicate a gene. We don't have any genes to replicate because we haven't made one yet, but we'll get further into that. So everything we do requires us to have more labware, more gene samples. The cool thing about these gene samples is if you get ones you don't like, cave dwelling false, we don't like that one. So let's just come over here, and I think we can put it in, no, redstone furnace, no. Here you go. You can put it in any type of powered, not any, but most powered furnaces, and it will kill it. So it made it a blank gene. So if you have an abundance of ones you don't need, you can remake them. So there you go. That is pretty much Gendustry as a whole. Really, the two things that you really want to focus on first are the mutagen producer and the mutatron. So that way, when you are doing your bees and you're doing the breeding, when you get yourself to the point where you can breed more and more, you can get exact copies and replicas and things that you need, which is pretty amazing, because without it, you're going to be banging your head against the wall a lot. Okay, friends, we are back, and sorry, I had a little crash there, so we're taking over that. What I wanted to say before is, chances are, if you have a quarry and you are getting bees, now we're not going to get bees from this thing, I don't think, but from another quarry, when we get that up and running, we will be getting a bunch of rocky and other bees. A dog gave us a whole bunch of bees, and so we can take all these infernal princesses and change them how we want. So really, this whole setup right here is going to go away. We're not even probably going to use it. But the cool thing about it is when you take a bee and you use some DNA and some liquid protein in the replicator, you can make a bee out of nothing, which is kind of cool. I don't think we have enough of either one to do it, but that's okay. We will get into industrial apiaries because we want those online for helping create our bee stock, because they just work so much faster than these. But right now we're still working on power and we're still getting that up and running. So sometimes these are going to just kind of be our way the apiaries, eventually all of these will go away and we won't even use them. We will just straight up use industrial apiaries because we can put in a bunch of upgrades and we can emulate whatever we want, similar to the alvearies, so we don't even need to get into them. But they will produce more and we will automate it and it will be glorious. It'll be nice. So we are going to make another genetic imprinter because what we want to do, and we will talk about this in a later episode, we're going to make a gene that has 13 or 12 of the best traits. So as you look at any one of these, it has the sleeps, its sleeping pattern, its flowering, its speed, its humidity tolerance. We want to get all the best traits here, with the exception of species. So we're going to have a 12 out of 13 that has the best species. We're going to put it in one genetic imprinter. We're going to make another genetic imprinter and make it with just the species. So when we make a whole stack of bees in here, drones, we're going to take those drones and we're going to run them through here until we get the species trait. So it's going to be a process. We're going to go through it together. We don't have it all going yet, but I want to get it set up and started at least. So I'm thinking that what we're going to do is actually get rid of these machines because they're not going to be needed. So we're going to put these here and we're going to make you guys go bye-bye. We will put you in here, but you're just not going to be needed. So that's fine. We'll take these other three here and put these down. So that's perfect. We will work on more of that in an upcoming episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was very fun. We have a lot of fun. Gendustry is a big deal. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you did, please stomp the like button. It really helps me out. Shows your support. And as always, please like and share on your favorite social media. And I will catch you guys in the next episode.